be collecting the rent. And since most of you don't need it, give it to your father or mother when you are still here. But when you come home, have somewhere in the city of Nairobi, in the city of Nakuru, in the city of Kisumu, that you call home. I want to invite you to make a deliberate decision to invest in affordable housing. Through the embassy, we'll channel information on how you apply Boma Yangu so that you can invest in that scheme, which is very reasonable. Actually, you will not feel it. Within 10, 15 years, you own a house in Nairobi, in Nakuru, in Nyeri, in Embu, in Kisumu, in Mombasa. I would like to interest you. I also want to report to you that despite the fact that we had the worst drought in 40 years, after 5 failed successive seasons, not a single Kenyan died. For the first time since drought became a problem in our country, the government and development partners were able to make the right interventions and not a single Kenyan died. Again, we lost a few people in El Nino, not because the government didn't do much, but we also have many people who dare nature. People find a river, it is so rough. They can see vehicles being carried downstream, and they still want to cross. So we lost a few people. But overall, the intervention was very efficient. And it's important that I inform you what's happening in the country. Again, we have changed the culture of savings. Many people save all over the world. Kenyans, we have not been saving because we had a very ill-thought program. NSSF, the payments was 200 shillings per month. If you saved for 30 years, you would only save 72,000. I don't think anybody can live for 72,000 after working for 30 years. So we have made some changes in the law, and now Kenyans are saving. And what we want to do that is that when we borrow money from outside Kenya, we borrow money from the savings of the people of those countries. We want to borrow money from our own savings so that the interest can benefit our own people. Why should the interest that we pay on loans benefit foreigners when we can have our own savings and be able to pay that interest to the Kenyan people? Again, in terms of international engagements, Kenya has never been in a better position. In 1.5 years only as president, President William Ruto, he was a chicken seller, the son of a peasant from a small village called Sugoi. Today is the darling of the world. He is invited to every capital. That if you allowed him to go, he would have to leave me acting for 5 years. So he's going once in a while. But the world is seeking him out. In Matters Africa, he hosted the African Climate Summit. It was such a huge success that his leadership role now in Africa cannot be questioned. He's truly now the real leader of this African continent.